Fine, fine, Eriona. It's good to see you.
Same for me. It's very nice to see you to be together here with you and talk about health and everything related to it.
Yes, I'm really
So,
excited because we discussed beforehand, like we got introduced to each other and we had so much to talk and discuss. But tonight
yes,
we're gonna specifically with two topics and we're gonna stick on these topics. We plan to start to do an hour and let's see how it goes. It might go a bit more. We'll see how.
I think that Instagram doesn't allow more than
I
one
think
hour.
recently they said 4 hours now, but I'm not sure
Oh,
if it
really?
started. Yeah, I'm not sure, but it was 1 hour. Yeah. So, but anyway,
Okay.
I think we should be done within an hour.
Yes,
Should
yes.
be enough. How was your
Okay.
day?
Fine so far. Great. It is 11 a.m. here, and I think there it is 8 p.m.
Yes,
Kosovo
here
and
it's
Albania. Yeah.
yeah, Kosovo and Albania it's evening, so we're nighttime now here, and you
Yeah.
just started the day. We're ending the day.
Yes, indeed, this is my first interview in English. I'm a bit nervous and anxious, but I think this is the way that we have to grow up, like challenging ourselves every day. Like challenging is that key of success.
I think so, yeah. This applies to everything in life, including when you make lifestyle changes, especially in health. You have to
Yes.
challenge yourself every day and fight these cravings. So this is good development for both of us. So, and also life is when we're doing this live is also a challenge. So we've
Yes,
got lots
yes.
of challenges, but I think we'll be okay. Okay, so yeah, let's just start with the first topic, which is about holistic lifestyle. Um, me and you, we discussed that we both started this holistic health, and we really like it, and we're sticking to it. And sometimes I'm doing this unconsciously to people that know me, and I think sometimes they don't want to stay with me because I do it unconsciously sometimes. Don't eat that, do that. You've had enough, get up. And sometimes when I start telling people what I'm doing about my lifestyle, they're like, "Oh, I want to meet again. I want to know more." Um, so can you tell us for the audience how you got into holistic lifestyle and or actually what is holistic lifestyle and why do you want to spread this initiative more outside your family group?
Yeah, so holistic indeed is a word that is coming from a Greek word that means holos. Holos meaning is entire, whole. So when we talk about holistic life, indeed we are talking how to balance our body, our mind, and our spirit. And while we are doing this, we are in our best potential way or mode. And this obviously will not impact only our health, but everything that we are going to do in our everyday life. And obviously, the reason why I'm so compassionate that spreading this word and sharing this information is because we have a quote here: "Sharing is caring," and I think that this is the reason why we are in a community. We are created to live in communities, so we can help each other with our potential.
Yes, I believe so. I think that's why I couldn't stick to this information on my own because when I was learning and I was thinking, wow, this is so interesting and it's so helpful, I want to share it with everybody. Now, when I see somebody who's changed from a different lifestyle to a healthy lifestyle, I get so happy. I mean, like these days, that's what
Yes.
makes me happy. So yeah. The next question is, how do you start living holistically? And do you have any recommendations on how you started and if or how you tell your clients to start this holistic lifestyle? Basically, what is the first steps they need to take?
Okay, I will start from my journey, and my journey is a bit interesting since I was a child. I always want to live a healthy life in a healthy world. That's why I graduated for pharmacy. But when I ended up in the counter, I understood that most of the cases at pharmacy world, we were just treating the symptoms and not the root case of the problems. So I felt like, am I helping people to live a healthy life or just I am helping them to be on drugs for a long time, especially the ones that are having chronic diseases. And we know that right now, almost especially older people, are always under the drugs because of chronic illness. So after that, I was triggered from my thesis that I did for Xhaferaj in my master, and I thought like, while we are living with all these chemicals, why don't I go and do something natural? Let's turn back to nature because we know that this is safe and no toxins found on that. And after formulation, I deal with another problem. A lot of people who has skin issues were asking for me to solve their skin issues, but they had in common, like all of them have something in common. They have they had a lot of like high amount of stress, and in the same time they had problems like, let's say, a fairly poor diet style. So I recognized that, but I didn't have enough information. How could I help them? So let's say I jumped in Canada and I graduated the holistic nutrition school, and was one of my best experience. Was finally what I was looking for, since I was like, even when I was doing pharmacy, I thought I would learn that stuff in pharmacy, but like holistic nutrition was exactly what I was looking for years. And after recognizing how important it is to get connected with yourself, to know yourself, how your body is working, what your body is calling you out through the skin, through the problems, through the diabetes, through the obesity, like I was, yeah, we have to share this awareness and make people choose healthy habits that will make them even feel happy.
Yes, indeed. I mean, when I started this holistic lifestyle, I started firstly with running because I had my third child and I was a bit overweight. So I wanted to get back and not just lose the weight, but I wanted to feel more healthy, more energetic because I could see myself very tired and not motivated so much. And then I also came across celery juice. So I started to do those two together. And always I had like dry skin in my body. And as soon as I started drinking the celery juice on an empty stomach
Yes.
every day, I just felt my skin changed completely. It started to become more smoother, more softer,
Only
and
with
you
these
could,
two habits. Yeah, only
yes,
with
just
two
this
habits.
too. Yes.
Yeah.
So I was amazed, and then I gradually started to eat less, and then I got into intermittent fasting and just eating more like plant-based and uh, good
Like
meats,
eating quality
quality food.
and
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yes.
better food. I completely removed the white flour and anything to do with bakery foods, and everything just felt better. My skin, my whole energy. I was just more and more happier person. Obviously, I'm still going through different changes as well, so I'm not completely 100%. There are days when I struggle, but not so bad as in the beginning. Now I can, even my cravings have gone, or I don't feel the need to eat certain foods that I used to love before, or if I go back to tasting those foods, I don't like it. I cannot finish it. It's so strange how everything changes when you make some small changes and then just gradually you change them bit by bit. But I never looked back since, so I kept going. I didn't want to
That's
go
great.
back
That's
to
great.
that kind of lifestyle.
That's one of the
Uh,
problems, that a lot of people want to do such things, but especially the ones that believe that taking care about their body once in a while and doing a diet for 1 week or 2 weeks, they will save their body. But as we are living with our body, we have to take care every day. The same as our body is taking care, it is taking care about us all the time.
yes, that's
Yeah.
such a good point. Exactly, because you can't fix everything in one day, or some people don't want to start because they think they will fail straight away. And I think
Yes, they are
they
normal. These
shouldn't
fears
think
are
like
all the
that.
time present. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even we have these struggles, and or any other healthier person than us can have these struggles every day, but they don't give up. You know, you just have to try it. Even if you're not good that day, you can do it. You can fix it next day. You can eat better next day, you
Yes,
know. Sometimes it's
that's true.
okay to allow yourself to treat yourself like once a month with your favorite, I don't know, snack or sweets. I think people should start looking at holistic health that way. You know, it's not something like, oh my God, it's a no-go area for me. You know, I can't do it. I will fail. So, yeah, I think we discussed in general, like how do you stay in this holistic lifestyle, not go back to old ways? Because yeah, sometimes people they choose a diet and they lose a little bit of weight and then they think, oh, it's okay, I can start going back to normal eating or how they used to eat, but then they will put the weight again. I think this lifestyle you have to keep it. So what is your way of staying in this lifestyle and not going back? Do you have a tip for people?
First thing that I want to share is like everybody, even despite of the knowledge, because some people believe that while you have a lot of knowledge, everything is so easy for you. Having a healthy lifestyle, having a holistic lifestyle, we are every day challenging ourselves. We are every day trying to keep, because being healthy, it means that you create good routines and you are you have a discipline and you have the will always there. And this is very
Yes.
important to understand, because being healthy is not a destination, is a journey. As long
Yes.
as we live with our body, as long we have to take care about it. And people sometimes get scared, like if you are going to be healthy, you have to get rid of so many things, but it's not like that. There are simple tricks that can really change our lives. And we feel like we feel happier, we feel more focused, more motivated. We don't feel sleepy, in low energy. And I have recognized this because I used to live a lifestyle that I thought it was a kind of healthy, but after I learned in holistic nutrition, I recognized that there are so many things, and I'm everybody has his piece. Like we cannot, it is not something that is going to be learned overnight, but we don't need to wait. Like we can start right now, and right now to understand that we have a body, that we have to understand how it works and what does it mean, why body, like why we feel sometimes craving and why we feel sometimes sad. And there are things that indeed our body is speaking to us. We have to consider like that, not just I have low energy, I cannot do anything, and it's kind of giving up. We never must quit. We have to go ahead and try to understand the solution. And understand the solution is like half of the solved problem. So yeah.
I think that's a really good point that you made, that it's not a destination, it's actually a journey. So it's not are you gonna get to that point, but you need to keep going and you learn new things as you go. You learn what's good for your body, what's working for your body, what's not. I mean, it's good also to listen to your body and like when are you having the cravings and when is it in the morning, in the evening, where is your struggles? And then you can change that yourself even. Even without guidance, you can change that yourself just by listening to your body and then working with yourself. Um, so the cravings is the biggest problem, I think, for people, for most of us, even me. I find like I'm really bad with cravings if I don't sleep well. Like if I don't have
That's the
enough
funny
sleep,
part, yeah.
tomorrow morning I'm like gonna crave like crazy. But it's a good thing that I don't buy junk food anymore. So even if I crave something, I will get like a date or some honey or
So you are
drink
nourishing your
water.
body. You are not,
Yeah,
yeah, you are
yeah,
not abusing with craving sensation.
yeah. So if I have them like biscuits or something, when I'm having these cravings, then I'm gonna go for them. So the good thing is I don't buy them. So what are your recommendations for cravings? How do you
So
stop your
related to the
cravings?
cravings, I would like to separate in like today I like to consider three things. And let's get started with something, let's say like we never must like we mustn't dismiss the craving. Every time that we are craving, there is something wrong, or there is a call, like our body is calling for kind of help, is calling for something. So when we are craving, we have to be conscious and sit down and understand why this is happening to me. I will bring one of my recent experience with myself. Last 2 days, I've been very busy and I've been very stressful. My morning routine also includes going in the nature and walking. And I got ready, and when I was almost ready to leave the house, uh, people called me because of work, and I missed that part. For 2 days, I wasn't outside. But for me, being outside is a kind of meditation, is a kind of relax. like I find myself the way that I have like I know how to manage my stress in that way. So after dismissing this, after skipping this routine, I found myself in the kitchen all the time craving. And I was, wow, what is happening with me? Why I'm craving so much? And I understood that I skipped 2 days, and like for 2 days, I haven't had that the way that I used how can I manage my stress. So today, even though I know that I had an interview and my body was, no, you don't need to go outside. I was stressful and anxious. I said, no, I have to go outside. This is my routine. If I don't take care about myself, who is going to take care about me? So I left the house today. I was one hour almost walking and looking at the nature. I don't know. I find nature amazing. If people get connected with nature, they will feel that stress-free sensation that nature gives, that positivity that nature gives. So stress management is a way that when we are craving, there is something a problem. Like we are craving because our body tries to solve out in that way. Because when we are eating, our body shut down the nervous system that it is responsible for stress. So this is the way that how our body is coping with stress. And if we go in the second point, how to understand related to craving, it is related with nutrients. Like when we are lacking in nutrients, especially proteins and vitamin C, or we are craving a lot of sugar, sometimes it's related, we are craving for vitamin C. Like our body has difficulty to distinguish. Sometimes we feel that we are thirsty, but indeed we feel hungry, you see. So it's the way that our body, sometimes it's not easy for it to recognize it, to do very specific behavior, but like it is released in a craving mode. And so lack of nutrients especially creates this craving, but especially proteins. We are lack of proteins. Let's talk about good proteins, and like proteins that their source is natural and it is free of toxins and hormones and stuff like that. And at the same time, we have to be very careful. The food, the quality is over quantity, because this is another point that I think we're going to discuss, that people think that being healthy, it means always you have to spend a lot of money. No, if you are smart and work with this cost efficacy, you can use money to buy good food, and you don't need to eat a lot, because at the end of the day, body needs appropriate amount of nutrients, vitamins, minerals, so we don't need to stay all day long to eat. And the third point is sleep. It is very interesting. I have the same, like sleep is priceless. When we are talking about sleep, what happened during the sleep is our body is healing. And if we wake up in the morning and we are breaking down, of course that our body will try to nourish itself. It will consider that eating all the day will nourish that part that hasn't been healed during the night. You see the point?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
craving is the way that something is wrong with us. Something we are not hearing, like we are not taking care about ourselves in the best way. This happens, but always we have the same quote: never quit. Sometimes we may not feel very good to follow everything, or we may have a dinner or a party with our friends, so we cannot follow everything to be as we want, but at least that we know that we are taking care about, like next day we can do something, we can fast, or we can do something to remove the toxin from our body. So there is always a solution. Like fear is coming because people don't know how to solve these problems, or they don't know how to understand what their body are calling them out.
Yes, that's really good points that you've mentioned there. I mean, I think they will help people. I think sometimes we crave also, we think our body craves because, like you said, we're lacking nutrients. Sometimes you have to give the body like maybe half an hour and see if you're hungry, just give it
Or
time. Don't just rush.
drink a glass of water.
Yes,
Drink a
yes.
glass of water. Sometimes we are dehydrated and we feel like we are hungry, and craving is that way that body can express itself.
Exactly. So when you drink the water, then the brain gets the signal that, you know, that's what you
Yeah.
need, just water. You didn't really need food.
Yes,
So
because
yeah,
the
I think
hydration, yeah, when we go under 2% of the hydration, we start feel problems. Different body can react in different ways. We may
yeah,
feel tired, we may feel low in energy, we may feel unmotivated, and craving also is one of them. So yeah, we must start from a glass of water.
it's true. I think. Also, what you mentioned about nature, I think nature is really nice because I feel like when I'm in like in green area or maybe like skiing in the snow, my soul just rests like completely. It's so relaxed, and I
Your
feel like
soul
my soul
melt,
is, yeah, it just feels
melt.
like it feels right there, you know, and that it belongs there
Yeah.
somehow. So the next question that I think, you know, what I've come across like when discussing with people about change in their lifestyle, or when I ask a friend to change their lifestyle to a better, healthier lifestyle, they're like, don't send me those expensive recipes or food to buy, or it's so expensive to live healthy. And I say to them, you know, if you take this lifestyle, you're gonna actually save money because you're gonna be eating less and you're gonna find the right foods. You know, some of the junk foods are so expensive and you don't get any nourishment from them. So,
I think
what
it's
is
hard
your
to
point
start
on
from,
this?
yeah. So it's hard to get like to start conversation from that point, but I bring in another way. So there are four main components that are part of holistic life, and the first one is sleep. How much does it cost to go to bed at 10 p.m.? Zero.
That's such a
So,
good point.
and this is the main point that we start in holistic practitioner, like during our practice, like when we are recommending clients, this is the main point. If we cannot solve the sleep issues, we cannot go from it is priceless because you cannot heal yourself with drugs, with nothing. The healing process is happening only during the night, only during a specific time. Especially, it is recommended from the sunset to the sunrise. I know that I
Yeah.
cannot say to people go at 8 p.m. or 5 p.m. during the winter, but at least like after 10 p.m. it is not recommended at all. So the first point is sleeping. The second is like nutrition, grocery, spending on supplements. I will skip this to go in another, but of course that I will turn back. The third one is physical activity. This is the third component of being in a holistic lifestyle. So I know that a lot of people may want to join clubs or teams and have physical activities, but if they are short in finance, they can go in the nature. Nature is an amazing place, full of positivity. You are away from toxic people and toxic, like let's say, and stress and everything that is so distracting for you. Like it is free of charge. It's zero. Again, we are so far we are measuring 3 points, and two of them are zero. And the third one is stress management. When we're talking about stress management, of course, some people can say that if I have money, I can go and have a break and I can go on vacations and have a trip. Yeah, you can go, but it doesn't mean that you cannot manage the stress because you don't have money.
Yeah.
Sometimes monies are the main reason that we cannot control the
We get
stress.
stressed, yes.
Yes,
Sometimes the
I'm
money
saying
is the
that
big
because
problem.
there are some practice that can help us reducing the stress. The first one that I find most appropriate for me is praying. Like if you are praying 5 times a day, of course that you are going to reduce your stress. If you are going behind, if you're going to your God, unless you are not, unless you are just physically there. But if you are praying and you are meditation, especially being in the nature, meditating, in nature you have so many elements. Like all the time, I'm trying to understand the details. Even the ants, when they are together, I'm trying to see how important it is to stay together. Or
Yes.
when the birds they are flying together, on the way that they build their nest in the up part of the trees, or how the flowers, one time there is one flower and another time. So when you look at the nature, you find even inspiration. You find yourself that this life is like that. There are cycles and there are things. For example, today I noticed that the fall, like the first fall sign has started. Like I saw some some trees that have put like their leaves have fell down, and it's kind of we all the time when we meditate, of course it will is kind of we are gonna be separated. We are leaving the stressful world, and for some minutes our body will feel relaxed, and this is a kind of like we are getting recharged in this way. And this is free of charge. So from 4 points, 3 of them are always solution free of charge. If we are considering the nutrition, there are 2 points: grocery, and the second one is supplements. But I've always noticed, even in my when I make groceries or when we consider our expenses during a month, we are spending a lot of money in other things. There is clothes, and there is, let's say, junky foods, and let's say are other things that I know that are necessary, like phone and gas and everything. But always when we talk about food, we feel, no, we are spending money. Come on, you are spending money because it's that part that we talk. Quality is over quantity. If you are eating a quality food, it will worth much more than just eat quantity. And there is another point to consider. Generally speaking, the foods that are found in packages or in boxes that we like them and we feel that they are, let's say, they are junky, and we feel good when they taste them. But their cost is higher because in order that they can be processed and go through that, they are more expensive. So always when I make grocery only veggies and fruits, I find myself spending less money than adding other things that are coming from foods that are found in packages and boxes and stuff like that. And especially for the Albanian and Kosovo market, like trade market, I think that they have the opportunity to eat from local food and healthy and fresh and seasonal. It doesn't mean because if we look in the Western world, we are always talking about salmon and avocado and healthy, like fish, and like, let's say, they are very good products, but it doesn't mean that if you don't have them, you cannot have a healthy life. You see my point? Because I always have this problem, the way that I was educated there, and what this country offers is so different from Albania. But I'm pretty sure that even the taste of the food in Albania is so different from here. The quality there is much more because the soil is more, it is more dense with nutrients compounds. So it is very important to take in consideration all of this. I think is a mindset problem. Our fears are things that, obviously, if you have much more money, you feel more confident to go and buy only healthy choices and stuff like that. But I think it is mindset problem.
Yes, definitely.
So
I think you have to think.
from 3 of them are free of charge, are zero cost, and even in the fourth one,
the good things in life, I think, are for free. The best things in life actually are for free. So you just need to change your mindset and the point of view of how you look at healthy food. I mean, in Kosovo, there's so many places to get like locally grown food because it's much better, and it's good to test also the nitrate levels. We have an equipment to test that, me and my husband, because sometimes they put a lot of nitrate and you cannot, like for instance the watermelons, they're not so safe to eat them. We didn't eat watermelons for 2 years. Just this year we started because we were finding some good and better watermelons, and I think this was a good factor for the tradespeople who were selling the watermelons. They didn't realize that some people don't know this, but when people stopped buying the watermelons, then it clicked in their head like they are doing something wrong. So the farmers started to change the way they are growing their watermelons, so which is good.
Indeed, this is very true. I have my experience in Albania when I was there. One of my parents' friend, he needs a kind of a medication that I had to go every month in the Tirana hospital and take that medication for him. And every time I noticed that people that works like ferment, like farmer. Yeah, so farmer. The farmer people there were the ones that were having so many health problems. And I noticed this is because they are using a lot of pesticide and there is no regulation. And this will, like, all that pesticides are coming in our body as well. So this is another point that I think that there must be like we have like the government must put some regulation, because in
Yeah.
this way we can save more lives.
Yes, it needs to change, but it's all like business related, you know. They're not going to make a lot of money from organic food, so I think this has to be, it's a bigger problem
Here,
that we need to work
here
more
in
on this.
Canada, I think different. Like people, because they are very conscious. A lot of people I see that they are leaving the country. They are going in the village and they're having their farms and their
I
like
feel like
everything
doing
that they
that
need.
now, you know, because I want to grow my own food. I mean, I struggle to grow
Here,
some
a
things
lot of people
myself.
are doing that. A lot of people are doing
Yeah,
that here. But there are
because
a lot of local, yeah, a
you
lot
don't
of
trust
places
them.
that when we go and take organic foods, like we know that they are local and they are trying to put at least as much as possible pesticide,
Hmm.
because I try to understand that part that if they don't sell right away, they have other problems and
Yeah.
this increase their costs.
Okay, I just want to thank everybody that have joined in so far, and you can write your questions in the comments that because we will answer your questions at the end after we finish the topics. So I think we should move on to the second topic now, which is my favorite. It's about toxic cosmetic products and their effect on our bodies versus the organic natural cosmetics that you have started to put into the market. So as we go through your products, then we will discuss also around toxicity and the different ingredients found in standard
Yes.
toxic chemicals in standard cosmetics. So, I mean, this is such a big topic at the moment, and especially for those living like a holistic life and you're trying every day to remove the toxic and you don't want to, because you like wearing like cosmetics if you're a woman and you want to look pretty and but you don't know how to stop this toxicity going in your body. So you start doing research and you look for organic products so that you don't put more toxic in your body because every day you're battling with toxicity from everywhere, like you're washing up liquid like detergents and
Yes.
the environment, like the pollution. So every day you're
Home
also maybe the
fragrance, home
yeah
fragrance, hair fragrance, like they
yes,
are like my no, no, no,
medication.
no. Yeah.
Yes, so this is so damaging for our organs. I mean, I heard the story about the surgeon who had to operate on his patient, and when, especially on the liver, and when he opened up the liver, he could smell the actual detergent or the freshener from the detergent in the liver. That is from many years accumulated in the body. So when you hear these kind of stories, you think, oh my God, you don't notice this is happening within your body, and you don't realize. And then you just think, okay, I need to stop using these chemicals. So your products, the brand that you have is called Secrete de Naturas, which is Nature's Secrets range. And you also have a Green Ranger brand. Both of these are both of these have ingredients which are natural and organic and no synthetic products. So let's start with the nipple cream, my favorite. It was a lifesaver, and I tried to use the best brand available in the market, which did say it was 100%. I'm not sure if it can products say that it's 100% organic or organic ingredients and without
Um,
being.
we are always saying 100% natural. We cannot claim organic because even though we apply for organic certification doesn't mean it is 100% organic. If you have organic certification, it means that it is 70%, at least 70% organic. And nowadays, it's hard to say 100% organic, even though you can control the soil and you are not using pesticides, but you cannot control the air. You see my
Mm-hmm.
point?
Yeah,
That's why
yeah, yeah, yeah.
we always say 100% natural, so we never put
Yes.
something synthetic, and we
Actually,
try
yeah,
to
it
find
says
the best
100%
ingredient
natural
available.
and
Yeah,
hypoallergenic. Yes, so it's not
yes,
organic. It's
yes,
100% natural. But it says no need to remove before breastfeeding. So I felt safe
yes.
to use it. I'm not sure if I did good or bad, but I
It's
hope.
totally fine. All the things that are there, indeed, we can eat them. So as far
Yeah.
as we can eat them, they are eatable things. It's totally safe.
It's safe.
Indeed, I formulated this cream because I suffered. I
Hmm.
struggled so much with nipple cracks in my
Yes.
like first pregnancy. So in the third one, this was my lifesaver
Yeah.
because
Oh, I found it
that
in the
was the first,
second one,
yeah.
so so the second
Yeah.
was good and third was good.
But
So
it has
yeah.
there are two features that are interesting in that creams that are different from other products, even though they may be natural products. It is the present like I don't use beeswax because these byproducts may have the toxins that cause botulism. Like botulism is like severe issue that can be caused from the presence of these toxins that some bacteria that can live in bees products release this kind of toxins.
Hmm.
So it is very rare, but when it happens, like it can even cause the death of the baby. So
Yeah.
I totally avoided that. So I said it's better to use like a natural source that it is much more safer. And also I'm not putting lanolin because sometimes it is a product that easily can give allergic reaction to some people. So even though it is a natural source, like coming from the sheeps, but like I totally removed even these two ingredients. So even though when we are talking about natural products, I take in consideration even like these issues or problems that can be present.
Yes. Okay, that's a good point. So some ingredients to look or avoid in
Yes,
nipple
but
cream.
all my creams are eatable. We can eat them.
Okay,
Like their
that's the
base is
safest you
totally,
can get.
yes, they are totally with carrier oils that are very good quality, essential oils, hydrosols, and of course, some vitamins that we add, or coenzyme Q10, or in the case of snail cream, we use the snail mucus, like the snail slime,
Hmm.
and but the grenager is another way of perception. Is totally I have been impacted so much from holistic world, so
Uh-huh.
I incorporated that even in my new formulation. That's why grenager came as a sister of Secret of Nature, and I didn't add them to the Secret of Nature.
Yeah. I mean, so th that's what makes your product different from the nipple creams out there, just because it's so natural. All the ingredients are natural or recognizable, and also you said they are eatable. So that's why you decided to put a nipple cream brand
Yes,
out there. Okay.
yes, that's why. Like, firstly, as I told, it was something that I need so much. I found it was a solution for me, and I said, why not to help the others?
Yeah.
People that have gone through that pain, they know it's
Yes.
so
The pain is terrible, but that's
speechless.
another thing, like to think about the safety of the product because you're actually gonna give that to your baby. You're not gonna you can't
Yes,
wash it because otherwise it's not working properly. So you feel safer
yes.
when you know the actual products inside is sa also safe for your baby because it's so
But right
tiny. You don't
now,
want to.
yeah, right now we are renovating. We are like doing so much new things in Secret of Nature with labeling and everything. Like amazing things are coming in Secret of Nature as well.
Yeah, I think our talk is gonna go longer than 1 hour. So if it stops, then we have to start again, I think, because I can see it's going on longer. Okay, so the second product that you have, which was interesting for me, is the Blue Shine, which
Yes.
is from your Green Ranger brand. And
Like greenager. Greenager is a word coming from teenager because I have this brand with my daughter. So from the teenager word, we did greenager, like a teenager in a green mood, like in a green way that always will give this impact in all, like through all the life.
that's very clever. That's very clever.
It wasn't like my daughter decided that, like
Ah, yeah,
I want to
okay.
say, yeah,
That was a good name. That's a really good name.
it was her choice.
Brilliant. Yeah, I have a daughter who's 12 and she's so interested in like skincare and like she's always doing these natural face masks and she comes tells me, Mom, um, try this, try that, and she's so interested in this. And she also bought me this derma roller, so she got me using this. I don't know if it's good or what it does, but she said, Mom, you need to use this. So I'm okay.
It's
And
Gawa.
yeah,
It's
so
a kind of
they
stone. Yeah,
yeah,
it's a
so
kind
that
of stone.
I think so. I don't know if it's doing anything to my skin, but I'm
It
using
will
it every night.
increase it will increase the blood circulation, and while we're increasing the blood circulation, we are increasing the nutrients in our skin. That's why you will see some effects on that.
Uh-huh. Okay. So I'm doing good something. We will see the effects after. Okay, so we were discussing about the toxicity in standard cosmetics, which are full of toxins and they are doing bad things to our body. So your products are full of raw and organic ingredients. I mean, I was reading some of the names and I could actually understand the ingredients, whereas when I look at standard cosmetics, there are some scientific names that I don't even know if they are genuine ingredients or what they are. So can you tell us about Blue Shine and just tell us a bit more about Blue Shine
Like
and what
Blue
it's
Shine and
inside?
Blue Shine Plus, like Blue Shine and Blue Shine Plus, they're almost, let's say, I have created Blue Shine for my daughter. She's a teenager, so this Blue Shine is up to 25 years old. But obviously, everybody can use even more than 25. But for 25 and over, I totally recommend like Blue Shine Plus because it contains hyaluronic. Oh my God, this word is very hard for me always. Hyaluronic acid.
Oh, hyaluronic acid. Yes,
Yeah,
hyaluronic acid.
yeah, I cannot say that word.
Okay.
Okay. So,
That is found also
the,
inside our body, right? Hydrochloric acid is
yeah,
found in
it's
our
something
body,
that
so
is
it's
found
natural.
normally, but as we age, the amount of this compound will decrease. So, it is very connected with collagen. So, while it is decreasing, the collagen structure start to break down, then like the first line get start, and also the wrinkles after that. So that's why it will keep the water, like keep your body, keep the skin hydrated in the best way to be hydrated. But in Green Nature products, I add vegan friendly. So a lot of people here they start to get conscious about how let's say the animals are treated. That's why they decide not to use animal products, and I don't want to exclude them from these formulas. So they're vegan friendly, and also it is raw cosmetic. Raw cosmetic means that, especially for the deodorant and for the serums, I don't use heat to make the formulation. As I'm not using heat, it means that all the qualities, all the ingredients that are found in main, uh, like in the substance that are used for formulation, like heat won't destroy anything. Everything is
Mhm.
raw and is in the highest potential, um, let's say, how it will work in our body. So the vitamin E won't be destroyed, and so many things that when we use raw cosmetic is, let's say, is new. But also it is very interesting the way that I have concept the Green Nature products, especially the serums. We have a kind of combination, and this is because I believe that everybody has their specific skin types, and it is not easy just to say 2 or 3 types of creams. So by combining these two serums, everybody will find the appropriate ratio between, let's say, the water phase and the oil phase, and they will feel that their body absorbs and it is feels good enough. And also during the summer, we know that if we use more oily products, our body doesn't like that. So that's why I call it universal, because you can adjust according to your skin type, and even though to adjust according to the seasons. This is a specific, but the ingredients that are used there, of course, that are related to the nutrients that the skin needs, especially vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin A, coenzyme, CoQ10, so stuff like that. And obviously the other uh, ingredients that are like, let's say, good fatty acids that our skin needs. And this is totally related because when I learned how to be healthy, skin also is our organ. So I know
Yeah,
better now what does it mean to have even a healthy skin. But our slogan in Green Nature is your beauty from inside out. So
yeah,
the cosmetic part is one part, but I want to educate people, because education is that um, safe way that we can make people to understand that they have to remove these fears of living healthy and stuff like that. And living healthy is the best way that will help them to give their potential in everything in life, just
Yes.
as we talk in health.
I mean, our skin is our biggest organ in our body, so it's very important to look after that. And I think you can't just look at and take care of one part of your body. It has to come like as a whole, especially in holistic health. You have to look after the mind, the soul, and the body if you want, you know, overall general good health. So I see the blue shine is for up to 25 years old. So how
Blue shine
important?
up to 25. Blue shine up to 25, and blue shine plus is over 25 years old.
Yeah. So is it really important to how young you should start looking after the skin? Like, because my daughter is starting from now from 12. Is there a specific age to start?
I think that we have always, we have to be careful all the time. When they are kids, moms are gonna take care about them. So when they have showered, we can put even some oils, like only 1 or 2 drops when their skin is still wet, and is a very good way of nourishing their skin. But I recommend teenager age, because is that age that they are capable to take care about themselves, and is that age that because of so many factors they are like they deal with skin issues. So this is the right moment that they get educated and they start to take care about skin, especially the ones that have acne, and the way that acne is like they leave scars. So if they don't take care now, it will be very hard for them to remove the scars after time passes.
Okay, so the Blue Shine Plus is from 25 and up. What does this have differently from the Blue Shine, which is for under?
That acid.
Just the acid, okay. Hydrochloric acid. You can say it in Albanian.
Even when I was at work, like, I don't know, that word is very hard for me.
I know, there's some words
I feel like I cannot say.
Yeah, some words are so difficult for the tongue.
Hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid, yeah.
Yeah, so this hyaluronic acid is good for us who are looking for anti-aging, right? So it works for anti-aging?
Yes, it works as an anti-aging because keep our skin very hydrated. And one of the main reasons why we get like lines earlier than biological, let's say, aging is because our skin get dried. It is like it lost the water compound, and this speed up the process of aging. Collagen is more easier, is more prone to break down while we have this.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and I think I read maybe that you have to use these together or not? You can use them separately.
Yes, they are together. They are together, and everybody combines according and adjusts according to their skin type. Mm-hmm. And this may be very unique as a product.
Oh, okay. So you don't have to say because this one is under 25, you can still use it together.
Yes, you can still, like one of them, when we say Blue Shine Plus, there are 2 serums inside of that.
Ah, okay.
Yes, there are 2. Each of them, like.
Oh, so Blue Shine is on its own?
Yes, 2 of them, and Blue Shine, yes, 2 of them. Yes.
Okay, so both of them, they have 2 serums inside.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
I get it now. I understand. And there is a specific way to put it on your skin as well, I read.
Yes, when you put in your hand and you clap your hands, it will become whitish, like it is kind of milky, creamy, and this is this kind of formation is a micellar cold, and when you put on your skin, it is easily absorbed.
Okay, so when do people use this? Nighttime or doesn't matter?
Nighttime, during the day. And you can adjust. For example, if during the day you want to be more, let's say, watery, not so concentrated in oily part, you put more watery one than oily one. But during the night, if you want to nourish more, you can put more oily. Then, like, you can adjust. That's why I called it universal, because everybody has his skin properties, like, and needs.
And do you put this before your other cream, or it has to be on its own?
No, this is all. This is all.
You don't need anything else.
Nothing. It is working as a serum, as a cream. Like you may need to put SPF,
Oh,
SPF,
SPF.
SPF
Yes.
creams, yeah, SPF
Yes.
creams, but not hydratants like other moisturizers.
Okay. Oh, so it also protects from the sun.
No, no, it
No,
doesn't. I'm
it does.
saying only like if you are going to go outside, you need to add SPF creams, but
Ah, okay.
other no, like only this is required.
Only these two. Okay, okay. I understand. Um, okay, so how important is it for the skin and the body to eliminate from the body these toxic ingredients and chemicals like that you've been using from creams in the past? Because can you tell us what these toxic chemicals do to our bodies and
Like
how important it is to get rid of them?
these chemicals, even though they may be in small amounts, if there are toxins, like they can impact, especially it will be harder for liver. And we know that liver all the time is trying to remove the toxins, and this kind of products will build up easier. Especially the xenoestrogens, there are studies that shows that can go through the bloodstream. But it is not only the creams, the way that, like as you told, like detergents or the ones that I'm with no are home fragrance or car
Yeah.
fragrance. They are very toxic because while they're entering through our bloodstream directly when we feel that aroma. You see my point? Is
Yes.
different. So when we put the cream, not all the substance can go through the bloodstream. But when we smell that, everything that we smell go right away in our bloodstream, like enter right away in our body, and they are very toxic.
Yes. So this is the problematic with xenoestrogen because you did your master degree in this as well. So
Xenoestrogens especially are found in cosmetic. And because they resemble to the estrogen, the hormones are compounds that are very potential. So they can easily disrupt a lot of chemical reactions in our body. That's why staying away from these products is like not allowing your body taking something that it is hazard for it. It is not healthy for that. But body has a very good healing properties. If we remove them, by time our body will find out the ways to clean up itself. But having them every day is like building up every day. So our body maybe will find hard to remove as as fast as we take them. You see my point?
so is there a possibility of getting this away from our body system, or is there like a time frame? It will take many years, or it can
Everything,
be done?
if we take care, if we are doing the tox and if we are removing toxins, our body has its capability to remove toxin, unless the liver it is damaged.
Okay. So that's good to know that you can actually get rid
But
of them
I
at
mean,
some
how
point if
I
you do
need to
these.
add something. I need to add something. We are
Yes.
talking about skincare, but we have to understand that the huge amount of toxins is coming from our food. The
Yes.
pesticides are very toxic. So
Yes.
we have to be conscious. Let's say the skincare would be as one part, but we have to be very careful with foods, the
Yes.
ones that are full of pesticides. And if they are not organic, they are full of pesticides. It's the way that they can preserve and they can increase their lifespan, like the lifespan of product,
Yes.
shelf life of that.
Because we mentioned earlier that, it's the body needs to do one part, the skin one part, the mind one part, the what we put inside our bodies one part. It can't just work just one thing on its own. But I think slowly we should start doing this, like eliminate the toxins from the cosmetics you use, because I think women use a lot of cosmetic
Yes,
products
a
on a
lot.
daily basis. So I think these toxic chemicals, they also affect the hormones, I think.
Yes,
So which can be very problematic for females, especially the thyroid and things like that. So it's so important to take care of what kind of products you're putting on your skin, something that you can control, because other things maybe you cannot control straight away, but gradually, as you get into this holistic lifestyle, you can begin thinking about how to eliminate toxicity from your home, from your products that you use. Okay, so the other good and important product to discuss is deodorant, something that we use every day. Can you tell us more about your deodorant that you have on the market? Because it says that it has 0 synthetic ingredients. So tell us about your deodorant, and then tell us about what do synthetic products ingredients do to our body? Why are they so bad?
So deodorants, comparing with the skincare, especially the face, they are applied in very sensitive part. Like armpit is a sensitive part because the lymph nodes are there. And the way that commercial deodorants work, they stop the sweating through blocking the glands, but in the same time they are using aluminum as a substance that will block this. Aluminum in itself is a toxin. So there are 2 effects. In one side, it is a toxin, and on the other side, it is blocking something that must work there in a physiological way. You see my point? That's why I see that people are getting more conscious about using initials that are free of aluminum salts, especially aluminum salts, but also other synthetic ingredients, because as I told, that part is the property of absorption there, it is much more higher because of that area, like it is more hot there, and the leaves are found there. So this make us to be more careful of using deodorants that have chemicals or synthetic products inside of them.
Okay. So if I can just add here, like my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer about 7 years ago. She's a survivor, which is a good success story, but she did lose one of her breasts, and she also lost part of her lymph nodes under her armpit. And the doctor that she was under her care, the doctor that she was looking after her and my mom was under her care, was saying to her that you should stop using deodorant, which is especially antiperspirant. So my mom is like a big advocate now of not using any kind of deodorant. She's like
even the natural one.
What she does is she uses baking soda and I think coconut oil sometimes, I'm not sure, but I will tell her now about your deodorant, because she was so scared to even go near deodorants now. She's like, I don't trust any of those products, because she went through such a bad ordeal, So this is not a joke, I think people should start thinking about the kind of deodorants they are using, because it's really, really no joke at all. I mean, the lymphatic system is so important, and when you lose a part of it, then it's gonna your body is not going to work the same anymore. So, okay, so should we just talk about your water bottle from Green Ranger, and then we'll answer some questions from the viewers, because they have been so patient with us.
Yes.
And then we'll finish the talk.
Thank you so much. We're so sorry for this not connection. So the water bottle is like that part that I try to combine the cosmetic and wellness, because we know that water is very important for the skin, but indeed is very important firstly for our health. So the way that I designed it was, the form of it's kind of a water drop, and the color from the seas, from the ocean, and also it is eco-friendly. For me, this is very important, is another part that I would like a lot to work more in, making people more conscious about the environment and how carefully we have to be with taking care about our environment. And also it works like a thermos. So that means that if you put cool water there, it will keep cool for a long time, or if you put hot water because you want to prepare some teas, it will keep it for a long time. I call it like best friend, because it will be always with you and will remind you and will keep the water for you, and it's very beautiful when you see it and when you keep it.
Yeah, I saw the design. It's a very nice design. Yeah. So it's just there to remind you to drink more water, because it's a beneficial nutrient for our bodies, the water.
Yes, is the main nutrient, even though we don't consider as a macronutrient, but indeed air, after that it is water, after that there are proteins and lipids, good lipids, and sugar, like carbohydrates.
So how it will remind us to drink water? Just by having the bottle with us and seeing
Yes,
it physically?
because sometimes we forget because we don't see. One way that we remind things is when we have in front of us, obviously we are gonna see and remember, like when we work, especially when we work in our laptops we have there, or when we are at work, like we put in our office, like in our table office, like this.
Yes. Yes, it's good to have something to remind us to drink water because we forget sometimes, more than often actually. Um, so the material that is used is good
Stainless steel.
material,
Yes,
stainless steel, so it
stainless
doesn't
steel, and
rust.
it is coated with a special coat that it is like anti-scratching,
Okay.
because yeah, I like them to live longer, not just to get
Yeah.
scratched. Yeah,
It's bad when you something so beautifully designed and you have to take care of it, and when it's ruined, uh, you just don't feel that it's good to show anymore because it's gone old. So your one is very robust and durable for a long time.
anyhow, we have to take care of them. Like it is not
Of
anti-plump. Like
course,
it,
yes,
it
yes. Of course, you can't just throw it somewhere and it will be okay. Okay, so these are some really good products that you have launched into the market, and the best thing of it is because they are good ingredients, natural ingredients, and they are not toxic to
yes,
our bodies. So, can you write in the comment where people can get your products? Like, is it their website or
yes.
through your Instagram
Right
pages?
now, yeah, right now we are talking through the Secret of Nature page. Like if
Okay,
they
so yeah,
go, I'll write right now,
okay,
and they can contact us through that. It is more
okay.
easier.
Okay, and I'm sure there is a lot of written about you, Eriona Xhaferaj, so they can just Google you and they will find you
I
and your
hope they write
products.
my name correctly, because generally they don't write my name correctly. They write with J and not with I. So
So write your
ERJ.
name in the
Yeah.
comments. Make
Okay,
sure
I'll
we
write
have
my
a
name
right name.
correctly.
Okay, so if any viewers want to ask a question, they can write it in the comment and we can answer your question. We are sorry about the technical stoppings during the talk. It was such a good talk with such important topics. Hopefully, I can recover those videos. I will need to write to Instagram, and if not, then we're gonna have to arrange another interview so
No
we can
worries.
do this
No worries.
again and maybe have a recording of it. So.
Yes.
And just so that we have also a recording, because it's such important topics for people to hear. You know, we made some really good points, and especially having your expertise and knowledge and experience in regards to these important topics, such as living a holistic life and
Yeah.
toxicity in cosmetics. They are both such important products nowadays. I can hear you. You're still there. So I just want to ask you one question that I remember from what I saw in the last videos. I think somebody asked, what is SPF? Do you know if you can explain that?
Yes, so SPF is a kind of measurement. When we are talking about the creams that protect us from the sun rays, SPF is a kind of measurement that we understand. For example, when it is 30 SPF, it will protect you 97%, but when it is 50%, it will protect you 99%. And this also will vary according to the time. It doesn't mean that you put now and for a lot of, like after 4 hours is still there. So is a kind of measurement according to the time and according to the level of turning back the sun rays, like
Okay.
UVA, UVB.
Okay. Thank you for that. I don't see any other questions right now, so I'm not sure if anybody asked, but do you remember
I
any of the
see,
questions?
I see a question, and I think she asked also, how would you describe a perfect healthy day for children? A very good question. I would suggest, first of all, try to organize as much as possible to be outside with kids. Why not to eat your breakfast or to eat a snack outside? they can play and they can breathe more oxygen, and they will be away from gadgets, phones, iPads, TV, and being in nature will help them to grow up better, to increase their motivation, to increase their creativity. So this would be my first recommendation, and this goes firstly for me because, as I told you, even though we are having knowledge and we know things every day, we are in the same battles. We have to win the same battles we need to go through that habits that they are not easy, especially when you don't have a kind of discipline. They are not easy at all to do them. But yes, this would be my first recommendation. And while they are outside, they are exposed to the sun, sunlight, and sunlight will help them with vitamin D and all other benefits. But regarding to the vitamins, I will say bring them on nature and they will feel hungry, because a lot of parents are very concerned about the kids and like sending them in nature and removing everything junk at home. Because if they have junk, even me, if I have a junk and I always like, because the taste of junk always trigger our taste. You see my point? That's why
Yes.
if they want to have healthy kids, they have to remove the junk foods from the home, and they have to increase this, like to stay more in the nature and help them to play more outside.
Thank you so much for your time and your expertise and your questions that you answered. And it was a really interesting talking to you and raising up these important topics. Thank you to all the followers who had your patience to stay with our breakages and who came back to join us. And thank you for posting your questions. I hope you enjoyed the talk tonight.